sun that eyes cannot see. Don't be rude, I promise you, it'll be alright. Just have faith, no matter what, hold your ground. Don't give in, 'cause in the end, you're gonna win. You got to know, John P. King, yes he is.
Welcome to the Man Cave, guys. We up in here. It is Super Bowl. It's pre-Super Bowl night, Super Bowl Eve. And man, look at here. This is an exciting night. We finna have a party up in here tonight. Man, I got the NFL in the house. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I got former defensive end Anthony Bartlett from the Philadelphia Eagles. And I got former defensive lineman Walter Curry Jr. from the Ravens, from the Jaguars, the 49ers. Man, you got around.
Yeah, I was a little traveling, man. Journeyman.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm glad you guys found the time to stop by the Man Cave.
Well, you know, that's what we do, man. We go from year to year. You know, I mean, it's Super Bowl, it's ball time. It's time to play ball.
Yes, sir.
From New York to Arizona.
Yes, sir.
Here we are. You know, we got to man up.
From China to Moscow.
Yes, sir.
It's Super Bowl, boy.
I'm just glad to be a part of the Man Cave. I'm glad to get invited on the Man Cave show.
Oh, man, it's our honor to have you guys in here tonight, man. Now, look at here. Like I said now, Mr. Bartlett was with the Philadelphia Eagles for, a few years?
4 years.
4 years, Philadelphia Eagles. And like I said, Mr. Curry was with a few different teams. I think the last team was the Ravens. Is that right? Or
the last team was the 49ers. Then I went back to Jacksonville, and I went overseas to Canada. I went across the border and played with Toronto Argonauts for a while, too. And then I came back to Jacksonville.
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome.
So I traveled.
All right. And I know you also a Georgia boy, too, out of Albany State, right?
Yeah, I went to college there. I'm from Florida, but I went to Albany State, Georgia. It's a small black college.
All right, he's from Florida. We won't hold that against him tonight, you know. He's in the cave tonight, you know.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Mr. Bartlett here, he come from
Philadelphia, city of brotherly love, representing.
Brotherly love in the house, absolutely. Yeah, we got some more people coming up in the cave. It's going to be a party tonight.
That's right.
This man, look at here. What we want to know from you guys throughout this show, we want to know who you guys take, the Seahawks or the Patriots. Now I don't know, guys. I got a little love for the Seahawks myself.
So
now,
you're a Seahawks fan?
Huh? I tell you what, I got just a little love for the Seahawks. I kind of like my boy. I like their coach Pete Carroll. The fact that he came out of USC, out of college. You know, they brought him in the NFL.
Okay.
And then I like their quarterback. And I tell you what, they got a lot of dynamic personalities on that team. Marshawn Lynch, beast mode, the characteristics that he's displaying, you know, not wanting to get caught up in all the media hype and them, you know, distorting his words, you know. All that stuff is very, very intriguing. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do y'all think about this season? That's what we want to know.
I tell you, starting off me, you got to remember something, Gary. You got to remember something that Walt can tell you, right? Mm-hmm. Defense win games.
That's what I'm talking
about. Offense score points.
There you go.
And just putting myself out there, I like to see New England bring it on. With the regulated ball or without a regulated ball. You know what I mean? And see how a lot of people going there, they're going to put their controversies in. But you got to remember something, just for those people who don't know. In the NFL, there's things called rules and regulations. With rules and regulations, the ball each team has to carry 12 balls.
Okay.
And 2 of those balls, 2 hours and 15 minutes prior to the game, have to be turned over to the referees. So, how do you want to judge a team behind that? A lot of people don't know. You know, they as an NFL player, ex-player, and walking vouch for this, right? There's a lot of things that are out of our control, namely the ball. You know what I mean? Okay. Once 2 hours and 15 minutes prior to any game, the balls are released to the officials. The ball is in their care. So a lot of people need to be brought up to speed to the knowledge of it. It's not what quarterback has the ball or what team has the ball. Each team gets to play with their own ball. Okay. So it's up to the officials to make sure that the regulated air pressure in each ball is there. So that's why, you know, and just New England, I'm going to say this and let Walt talk, right? Just New England is just so hungry because so much controversy behind it, you know what I mean?
Well, New England has a reputation of pulling stuff.
Yeah.
You know, this ain't the first time they just been caught up in a controversy.
How you say pulling stuff though?
Well, you know, what the time when it was found out that someone was Spygate, Spygate. You know, I mean, and someone said on I think Sports Center or somewhere is the fact that they are so talented that they don't have to do this stuff. So the question becomes, why do they find it necessary to get caught up in these little, these little unnecessary scandals? You know, they are a good team. Tom Brady is a man. I tell you what, before you go walk, what I'm so impressed about Tom Brady is when he don't have a championship squad around him, he makes everybody look better. He seems to be just that good.
Just like Michael Jordan in basketball. Their team wasn't, had 4 or 5 all-stars. He made everybody good run. The same thing with Brady. I mean, I wouldn't say they get caught up in different scandals. It's almost like, too, it helps, boost the rating. So you want to see what's going to happen.
Okay.
If the Patriots win the Super Bowl and they say they was found guilty of letting air out the football, so what are you going to do? You going to take the Super Bowl from them and give it to the Seattle Seahawks?
Good question. Yeah.
So then it keeps everybody on the toes. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Game played tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. They still don't know about the flat balls.
Okay. So we're talking about rating boosters, basically, huh? We're talking about keeping the interest.
It's a little everything.
Curiosity is what really suspends everything, because it's like you can't. College ball and pro ball is totally different. If you do something wrong in college, you get sanctioned, you get suspended, you get fined,
lose scholarship.
Professional, right? You can't suspend a whole team for a whole year. Imagine the ratings. Imagine the money. The NFL. You know what I mean? Will lose.
Plus, there's a legal binding contract.
And they're binded by it. And and as an ex-ball player, and Walt, NFL been getting a bad flack lately, especially this year with the domestic violence.
Yeah, Ray Rice.
With and with the season, the guys, actually speaking their mind. But mind you, like myself, had to struggle on coming up. Really had to struggle. You know what I mean? And it's hard. You know what I mean? A lot of us, we wasn't given things with a silver spoon, so we had to fight.
And this man has an incredible story, guys, of coming up and changing directions and making it to the NFL. An incredible story. I really respect him for that.
And the main thing about it is, if we have the opportunity, it's like, and Walt can speak for itself, but I just love the fact of being invited to the Man Cave show. You know what I mean? For the exposure, just letting you know that I'm thankful for you. You know what I mean? Just to reach back and to pull somebody else back up. Because even me and my lifestyle, as you know, football is my life. But life after football, I couldn't handle. Life after football, I couldn't handle. The attempted suicides, wanting to jump off a bridge for attention, because I wasn't no longer the football player. The drinking Drano, because I wanted somebody to feel sorry for me, because I didn't, I couldn't play ball anymore. But just the fact, man, just to be able to come and speak to an audience on a realistic level.
Well, part of your story, since we were talking about that part, you did some time before you made it to the NFL. Exactly. Is that right?
Yeah.
So that's an incredible story there. As we're talking, as I obviously talk to young men that have troubled past, for this gentleman here to tell us about how he actually had to do time and then got out of that and then made it to the NFL. Tell us just briefly about that before we move on.
Well, briefly, my family was noted as the largest drug dealers in Philadelphia. And my father, he passed away in the federal penitentiary. And it was deep. You know what I mean? It was connected with organized crime. And it's just, I wanted to be a part of something. My dad didn't want me to be a part of it, but I wanted to be a part of something, so I ended up getting caught up in it and had to do 9 months and 21 days in the federal system. You know what I mean? But it's just, that wasn't my life. You know what I mean? I just always wanted to be accepted. That was my main goal, to be accepted. And I just had to dig down, get dependable, dedicated, and determined to be something. So I did some time, and I came out, and, through God's grace and mercy, I was able to, and I can't never forget him.
How did you keep the dream alive, the passion burning to play ball, having to go through the system, and I know...
Just wanting to be accepted. Wanting to be accepted. See, I was accepted in the negative world as far as the drugs was saying, right? But it fell. You know what I mean? When my dad's empire fell, that dream fell. So I had to bounce back to the original dream.
Okay.
You know, two things I always wanted to do in life: drive a trash truck and play pro football. You know?
Okay.
So that's, I mean, those.
Wow. Drive 18-wheeler and play ball.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And so a lot of times people, they look at us, right? They just think that's all we wanted to do in life was play football. Yeah. Eventually, that's what, you know what I mean, because we had to struggle for it, right? Yeah. But in case football didn't make it, you had to have some other goals.
Okay.
And Walt and I, you know, we were talking prior to the show, right? We just want to keep giving back. Walt, as an organization, he's going to speak about, you know what I mean, wanting to help kids. You know what I mean? You're helping us, and they got to know it, man. There's a lot of cats, and it's not dogging the cats that's already in the lead, and a lot of cats don't look back. You know, it's shameful to say that, right? I mean, some people came out of the trenches, the hood, and for God's grace, they made it to the lead. Once they made it to the lead, they forgot all about where they came from.
Turned the back on where they came
so it's guys like Walt and I, we just want to keep, man, you know, and inspire the guys that's still in the league or the guys who are outside of the league, want to know what can they do to help somebody else.
One of the things I remember you saying at the outside event that you attended, in the Man Cave on Location show, was that when guys make it to the NFL and they get contracted with so many millions of dollars, they're actually sanctioned to live certain places. They can't. It's not like they can go back to their community that they come from and buy property and build up. The NFL won't allow that because they're under contract, from what I understand you to say.
When we played in the league, and walking vibes for that, you couldn't, if you we're property of the NFL. So if you came up in the hood status, you couldn't buy a house in the hood because we're liable. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? And if something happened to us, then
your name is tied. Your name is tied to the team you're playing for. Yeah. So they always say you represent not only the team, you represent your family. In Jacksonville, you represent your family. You represent the Seahawks, so you represent your family. You represent Jerry Jones, so you're not just representing Wilcher by yourself. You represent Wilcher, the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, and so forth. So
I can see it being a liability in some ways, you know, because you know, being, you know, a millionaire living in the hood like that, even though you might have a really nice house, you know, there's some liabilities that can come along with that.
That's like if you walk out the door and you hit a car here, you know, an accident or something, ex-football player such and such, ran into a car on Washington Road.
Okay.
It ain't going to be Wilcher, is ex-football player.
Yeah, and they proved that with the Ray Lewis situation back in, 2001 or whenever it was.
See, that's how it goes, though.
It's great that you guys are here because we have Combo Nation boxing camp in the house, guys. Yeah.
They sitting out
there. Right. Where y'all at? Combo Nation in the house. And we got some guys out here that undoubtedly, you know, a percentage of them are going to make it pro, and they're going to get into that, you know, that big money tax bracket, you know, and I'm hoping, I know that Coach Bronson out there is hoping so, you know. So for two, you know, former professional athletes to be here and talk about what it's like to be a professional athlete, you know, in society. How is that, Walt?
Well,
now you come from Albany State, Walt.
Yeah.
But where are you from originally?
Crescent City, Florida. Daytona Beach / Crescent City, Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, little city. You know, Daytona, everybody knows Daytona Beach, in between Daytona and Jacksonville. So it's like you say, like Tony say, a lot of drugs come through there. You know, a lot of my family members did time. You know, I got locked up in the county, but I ain't, you know, big boy time.
Big boy.
no,
big boy time.
Big boy time. But at the same time, you know, that's why you say, it's a blessing to even make it. It's a blessing to get a scholarship. Then to go even farther, it's a blessing to make to the NFL because it's millions and millions of kids want to go pro. But even with the guys sitting all these boxers, you know, I work with Floyd Mayweather. So at the same time, it's tough. It took him a long time, but to get what he got, you know. But he had to fight, and then you go look at some of his old YouTube tapes when he was 19. It was just him and his uncle in the corners while his dad was doing time, and then now he got 15, 20 people in the corner. In the corner. See, but he done built himself to that. At the same time with some of the young guys out there in the audience. So, and then the tax bracket, it's totally different. You got to pay taxes in every state we play football in.
Wow.
That's a lot of people don't know that. So that's why a lot of football players get houses in Florida, Texas. Try to get the tax cut.
Okay.
Yeah, you go play in Green Bay, you got to pay tax in Green Bay. If you're from Jacksonville, you got to pay tax in Florida, Green Bay. If you go to San Francisco, you go to Seattle. Everywhere you play,
you got to pay tax.
You got to pay tax.
Okay, now
on that paycheck.
But when you leave Florida and go to Green Bay, now you're not having to pay Florida taxes anymore.
When you get back down there, that next Sunday you play a home game, and that check come out,
it's a tax.
Wow.
So that's 16 weeks of taxes.
Yeah, well, see, a lot of people don't understand that. You see the big cars, the Rolls Royces, the Mercedes Benz. You see the big houses, but they don't see this part. They don't see the locker room. Me and Tony could be in the locker room. We teammates. But I didn't want to punch him in the face because I want to start before he do. You know what I mean? I want to hit him in the knee or something. Hey, go get in that training table. Let me go practice all these reps. So I just start, so I can get a big check. But that's how it goes, though. But the audience don't see that. The fans don't see that. They just see you put the helmet on, go out there, play. Then they see you on the show at Cribs or in the magazines, the big 8-bedroom houses and such. But they don't see that.
But now what we're starting to see, Walt, is how so many multi-million-dollar athletes that's been worth over $100 million now they're reportedly broke, and the average person, just like we don't see the work it takes to get to that tax status, we cannot see how you go through $100 million.
How many sisters, bro, you got?
Well, I don't. I have the one sister I grew up with is no longer living, so it's just me and my mom. Yeah.
All right, okay, you and your mom. Okay, now we go back.
But I have some half sisters and brothers in Cleveland, so I don't want to neglect you guys. Cleveland.
That Cleveland group.
Yeah.
So when the man caves, big time.
Yeah.
That Cleveland group come out of woodwork. Hey, bro. Now I taught you how to talk in front of that microphone. Now I taught you how to speak. So, hey, my light bill about to cut off. I need $1,200. So that one person $1,200. Hey, look, my water off. I need $800. The water $800? Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Listen, they about to repo my car.
Can't have me walking.
I need 45.
45. You got it.
So now you putting 10 here with 10 people for 1,000 or whatever. Then you got another 8 asking for 5. Now you not counting it, but at the end of the day, that's gonna add up. To almost you done gave $20,000 away in one day. But you see the big check, but then you not counting. Every time you get hit for that little 1,000 here, 500 here, 5,000 here, adds up. By the time when you done worked out, took a beating on the football field, and you sit down and be like, okay, I want to go on vacation now. Let me go get me a couple of thousand, take me a nice trip. And when your CPA say, you ain't got that right now. Or your accountant say, you can't take that trip to the Bahamas. Well, what you mean? Well, here come your books. You gave Cuz 10 to open up his restaurant. You gave your brother 50,000 to get his shoe store open.
You just bought mama that house.
Yeah, you did bought mama. You bought mama.
Paid cash for mama house.
Yeah,
and it started off like that. And it started off to piggyback on what Walt's saying. Before you even get to the family, when you sign your contract. When you sign your contract, initially, this is how the NFL goes.
See, this is real talk. This is man cave right here.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Initially, you get a signing bonus. We're gonna say we're gonna put a figure off the wall: $280,000 with a $100,000 signing bonus. The $100,000 is up front. Out of the $100,000, you got to pay 30% to your agent. So subtract for you mathematical geniuses. Subtract that. That's 30%.
That's 30 grand right there.
Now the agent covers all your interviews, all your guidelines, all your appearances, and so forth and so on. Right? Your agent also supposed to get your CPA. Your agent's supposed to do this. So we're off the. We're not talking about the other 180,000 because see that's going to be your weekly or bi-weekly check. right, throughout the season. You know what I mean? That's where the 100,000 up front. Now, what I forgot to say was Uncle Sam want his off. Uncle Sam want his. Before you go any further, you got to give Uncle Sam his. Then you got to take it to the agent, right? And then whatever the agent needs to do out of his 30%, he might need an additional 5%. So your 100,000, then you got play money. Yeah, I'm in the NFL now. You got to get you a piece of bling bling. You know what I mean? You got to get you 2 or 3 suits. You got to look the part because you're now a professional athlete, quote unquote. Right? From there, you got to go to training camp. They're gonna provide you with the pasta. They're gonna provide you with the sleeping quarters and all that. But training camp is, you got a curfew at 12 o'clock. Right? So from camp, when camp is over, from mornings, you got a morning service, right? Films and all that kind of workout and all that. Then in the afternoon, right? After that, you got playtime. Oh, TJ Friday down the street. I'm in the NFL now. Come on, we gonna go eat.
Table full of drinks. Chicken wings this high.
You know, and that's what, you know. So a lot of guys in the league, like myself, was bad money management. I had a real bad problem managing my money because the more money I saw, the more I spent. You know.
Well, you gotta realize they giving these kids, 25, sometimes 24. They getting them $500,000. Now it's what the minimum wage for NFL. I think it's I think right at 4, maybe $500,000. Let's say.
Okay. It was 300 at one
it's
time.
Like 3 something, but that's why I said about 4. Even if it's
someone out
$500,000.
there said 750. I don't know. Maybe they know something we don't.
The lowest player, which is a punter, that's the lowest cap player on a team, is your punter or your red shirt.
Yeah, but even that, I'm saying you a guy straight out of college, $2 in his pocket, you gonna give him a signing bonus, a couple $100,000, and tell him good luck. That's all you gonna do. Or like you say, you gotta take care of the agent, everybody else, where he worked out, whatever upfront money the agent gave him. Then he's still left with a good, 120, almost a $200,000 in his pocket. Like you say, he going out there have fun. He looks like a goose. Hey, looks like a goose. Hey, mall time, car lot time.
Yeah.
Mom, I'm finna send you, 50,000. Woo, baby, thank you, Jesus. But don't
forget about the church. Pastor won't heal us.
Pastor there too. But
yes, sir.
But you don't realize it. Then like you say, them 4-5 years pass up like that. NFL, not for long. But they don't understand that money if you don't do right, not for long. Then you be in the Forbes magazine for I had $100 million or $200 million, I'm broke. You be in that category. That's why.
I got a question here that I've always kind of wondered, and this is a man cave question here. My man cave audience might be interested in this. One of the things that I've noticed is that I haven't. Most of the guys that seem to come up broke are African American athletes. Now, I know a lot of the white guys didn't necessarily come from money either then.
No.
So how is it they seem to manage better?
It's not the fact that they manage it, Gary. They don't publicize it. They don't
need to bling.
You know what I mean? They don't even publicize the fact that they broke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas those the African American, they put this stuff in the front. Just to say, look, this here I am. Right? With and without.
It's almost asking. It's almost asking for help.
Okay.
Or as to now, reality shows. So look, let's make a reality show of all the broke NFL players. So then they can get a $30,000 check or whatever they're paying reality shows, stars or whatever. But at the same time, like you said, I say they're asking for help. My opinion, because I don't want to put out there if I'm broke. I'm gonna try to go get me a job and get back on my feet. You know what I'm saying? So I can stand back up and take care of my family.
Yeah.
But again, even with the blacks, white, purple, green, at the same time, we almost have a big group with us. Like AI, he was taking care of almost 100-some people. Mike Tyson, he was taking care of a lot of people. But at the same time now, which a lot of people don't realize, Mike Tyson put a lot of money in his friend's pocket. So now they're taking care of Mike. But see, that's the difference. See, as a football player, we might not have my brother go get a trucking business or go get a training business or go, hey, I'm going to pay for you to go to law school. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to get a law firm. Well, now we just going to go get a shoe store or something, or try something that we don't know nothing about. Lose money after money, lose money after money. And then finally, I'm done playing ball, knees all hurt, can't go no more. Now where I'm getting my money from? Where I'm gonna take care of my bills? How I'm gonna take care of myself? So that's
I got this lifestyle that I got to try and maintain.
And even with piggyback on what Walt said, right? If you don't, and this is very important for any young guys out there. If you don't have an education to fall back on, you could actually slip because I'm going back to school now, but I didn't get my degree.
Awesome.
I didn't get my degree, and I'm afraid. I'm just making the preparations to go back to. So when I went to school, I'm an old man now. When I went to school, we didn't have no computers. It was on hands. We go to the classroom, the teacher was there. And we shuck a job right then and there. So it's real scary for me. And believe it or not, though, the kids nowadays, their lives are more fortunate than it has been for guys like Walt and I.
Well, that's just even like, the sad story with Junior Sal. He had a lot of money. He wasn't broke, but even, he took himself out of here.
Yeah.
So,
never really heard why that happened.
Because it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't blasted out there to the screen.
Okay.
But at the same time, John Lynch, when he retired, his daughter called him in the closet. He was about to kill himself. Yeah.
People don't realize life after any professional sport, or
it's a little tough.
It's not any professionalism. It's just like the guy that worked at the post office. He's been working at the post office for 35 years, and you tell him you're gonna fire him, and it's a strain because you don't have nothing else to fall back on. So what do you do? I'm gonna say this and get back. I had 2 episodes here in Georgia. Life at the football, I couldn't deal with. Right, so I went up to 285 by the coming of the mall, and I acted like I was going to jump off the bridge. I didn't want to jump. Don't get me wrong, I didn't want to jump. I wanted some attention. I wanted somebody, and then even in the pros, they give us counseling classes, and if you needed some psych and all that kind of stuff, right? You have all that's offered, right? But here's a person. These psychiatrists, I was raised in a predominantly middle class and above, right? Little bit above the hood, right? So you got all these quote unquote knowledgeable people. How they gonna tell me how to handle hood situation? You're not from the hood. You just like doing hoodish things, right? So how you gonna tell me? So I wasn't getting the attention that I wanted. Not because I'm not in the organized crime atmosphere anymore. So that took away something. I'm not playing ball anymore, so that took away something. So I'm like mixed. I'm like caught up in the rapture. And then the second time, when life at the football again, I wasn't getting recognition no more. So I went in front of Cobb General Hospital, stood in front of triage doors, and drunk a cap full of Drano. Ran inside, showed the nurse, and they stuck a tube down my throat for 2.5 weeks because I burnt my esophagus pipe and everything. That's something deep to live by, just for attention. You know what I mean? Some cats don't. Some cats not fortunate, or they just don't make it. So my cry is out that you got to do something. You got to be able to have something to fall back on. You know what I mean? I get up and go to work every day, Monday through Friday. You know what I mean?
And you've also found ways to give back too.
Yeah.
You have an organization where you help young men.
Yeah.
Tell us.
And that's it's a part like the Boy Scouts up in English Avenue area. They call the Bluff, quote unquote, right? These kids there, they straight hood kids. You know what I mean? And it's not stereotyping them. It's not that they're better or less than like that. But those kids, they're accustomed to street knowledge, doing street things, right? I can relate to those kids by doing that. So that's what I do, right? And I give them both atmospheres of how it is, and they love it. They call me Mr. Football, Mr. Football. And see, the thing I like about it, I get the recognition from God first, right? Because I'm doing His will, and then I always wanted to be in the front light again. So the kids, they recognizing me, and I'm giving back, and I'm giving back because it's like a lot of times kids, and then Walker take over from this. A lot of kids, they get caught up coming up, so they go to jail, and then they think that's That's it.
That's it.
They don't have, that's their life stops right there, and that's all they know. They go to jail and they get out and they bounce back to where they left off at. You know what I mean? Back to the streets, back to the selling drugs.
Same
and back
environment,
right?
yeah.
And so they don't realize that because your dream stopped or was put on pause, don't mean it's over. You know what I mean? Dreams go, Dreams go on and on and on. And the only time you're gonna be able to deal with a dream, you got to wake your dream up.
Wake them dreams up, guys. 2015, time to wake them up.
Mark Brunell from Jacksonville, the quarterback, he hit that mark, losing a lot of money. Hit the foul bank workers. Yeah, but it's a lot of guys. You make a lot of money, you spend a lot of money. They don't realize.
And don't get me wrong, now, guys. There are quite a few white guys that get publicized as having lost, most of their money. I think there was a baseball player that had some kind of a sneaker company investment, and I can't think his name either. And it was a big name, but it got publicized. Where all of his money was basically gone, and we're talking about over $100 million, So it seems like it's just more. Because now the last guy that got publicized was Antoine Walker. $110 million, and now he's trying to figure it all out.
And they money guaranteed than what we got, what we can fight through. Basketball, hockey, baseball, they money guaranteed. So if they get fired or get cut,
they still get theirs.
If they on a 5-year contract, they sit back and put their feet on the table and wait till they check.
And it's just like what the bad thing with it is when you rich and you broke at the same time. Let me explain. Let me explain it to you. You get.
Say that again.
And you broke at the same time. I'm gonna give you a prime example.
That sounds like a T-shirt.
You're gonna say Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, filthy rich.
Yeah.
But he's broke. You know how he's broke? Because Mike can't walk down Washington Road without being hampered or bombarded or anything like that.
Yeah.
So you can't do nothing. You can't go nowhere. You got all this money, all this fabrication stuff, all these big houses and everything, but you can't do nothing with it. So you just as broke as the man. You know what I mean? Getting on the water bus, trying to get 250, right? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what, Anthony? I bet you everybody in this audience would say they wouldn't mind being broke like that. You know what I'm saying?
No. It's not fun though.
I know. Yeah.
I'm saying even he been an athlete hanging with Floyd Mayweather. It's not fun because at the same time he be like, well, I can't go to the mall by myself. I can't go without security. I can't go walk in Walmart. He said, I like to go to Walmart. I said, champ, I know you do, but, you can't. You champ. I'm sorry to be honest to you, but I ain't going to tell you no lie, but you can't. Just like you say, Jordan can come out there and walk over there. The road will close down. Because Jordan in town. And he's walking down the road on the sidewalk. So it's tough. Even football players going out. You try to hide, you might let your hair grow, you might don't want to shave for 2 or 3 weeks, and they know who you are.
Okay. You know what, guys? Look like we might have a caller here into the cave. Let's see what's going on here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Welcome to the man cave.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
Good afternoon, man.
That's fine. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. This is Veronica Chantilly.
Oh, hi, Miss Chantilly. One of the fans of the man cave. How you doing?
I'm wonderful, thank you. I see that you got Wilcher out here and Anthony, Lord, bless them, Jesus.
Okay.
Amen.
Yes, ma'am. So are you a football fan, Miss Chantilly?
I refuse to be a football fan for anything in the world. I just can't see two men scuffling over football. It don't look right.
My goodness.
It's the agony, ma'am. Is the agony and the thrill of the fact of just going to get that pigskin.
I'm more of a basketball type girl. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Well, majority of football players played basketball, so you gotta like us. We use basketball. We use basketball as a stay in shape.
Yeah.
See, like in the off season. Is that what y'all do? Yes, ma'am. See, in the off season or doing OTAs or workouts, we'll work out, lift weights, and go to the Y or wherever and go play some pickup games. Yeah. So you gotta like us too now.
Yeah, both of these gentlemen well over 6 feet tall here. Mr. Walt about 6'4".
Well, I'm about 4'11", and I believe that if I was to be on the football field with y'all, I believe that I can take y'all. Y'all up for a chance?
Oh, my
ain't
goodness.
nothing wrong with believing.
You real tall.
In other words, Miss Chantilly, they saying keep believing. Miss Chantilly, you sure sound like a wonderful little Southern belle. Where you from?
I'm a little Southern Belle. I just want to say something to Anthony.
Yes, ma'am.
That you went to Albany State?
No, Walter went to Albany
Wilcher.
State. Walter went to Albany State. I went to the University of Binghamton. Anthony went to the University of Binghamton, upstate New York, and Walter went to Albany State.
Well, I'm a Florida State girl. Y'all ain't got no problems with that now, do you?
I don't have no problem with nobody.
No, not at all. Not at all.
We just want you to keep watching the Man Cave show, because we gonna keep the man up.
Yes, sir. We're going to keep it jumping.
Well, I must say that you gentlemen are looking mighty fine this evening, and I'm proud of all of y'all accomplishments and what y'all doing for the black community, because we have these young boys out here, they need all the help that they can get, and, I'm from Lancaster, South Carolina, and we ask that anybody who's willing to help these young children these days, please take a stand, because they really need it.
Well, ma'am, I'm gonna say this to you, and then Walt's gonna say something also. Well, now we're gonna take it off the football status, and we're gonna put it on God first. God's will is being done. You know what I mean? He just allow us to be vessels in his orchestration of life. See, life is simple. We as humans make it complicated. You know what I mean? So we'll you know what I mean? And that's the thing about it. Once you go through something, you have life experience and life hope and life strength.
Yeah, and we also, that's what we're working at. That's why we on the Man Cave. Also, not just talk about football, but at the same time to open up doors so we can help our community.
Now, once again, I want to say congratulations to that for all y'all endeavors. And, Mr. Monica Chantilly, she loves a good black man, and I see that y'all are doing wonderful. And I just want to say keep doing y'all best, and don't give up, because it will get better.
That's right.
I want to say good evening to you, too, if I didn't speak to you in the beginning of the conversation.
Miss Chantilly, you say you from Lancaster, South Carolina, ma'am?
I'm from Lancaster, South Carolina, Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church. My father is Bishop Robert L. Porter Sr. Yes, sir.
Bishop who?
Bishop Robert L. Patterson Sr.
I know Bishop. Bishop owe me some money.
Uh-oh.
We ain't gonna get on there. We on live broadcast tonight. Now, what you got going on between my daddy?
Yeah. You tell Bishop I'm calling him. How's he doing? Is he back from vacation yet?
Don't worry about my daddy's affairs. He's doing just fine. Now you got guests. Let's not show out.
Yes, ma'am.
I guess you told him, didn't you?
Miss Chantilly, we sure appreciate you calling, ma'am.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, and I'm a fan of the Man Cave. And once again, to your panel guests, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. Y'all remember South Carolina? Come down to my phone to see us a couple of times, all right?
You gonna cook for us when we come down now?
I got you covered.
And look at it.
Black eyed peas, sugar corn, what's y'all like, fried corn?
Well, let me tell you this.
Let
Let me tell you this before you go, man. Football players, always remember this. Football players love to eat. And Gary, and Mr. Gary, he kind of treated us bad. He went and bought 6 chicken wings. Between 600 pounds. Right? I mean, he got us 6 chicken wings, so we supposed to have 3 wings apiece. So if we come down there in South Carolina, you got to do better than that.
Yeah, when y'all come on down to South Carolina, let me know when y'all get down there and we'll show y'all a Southern
Well, I tell you what you do.
I am a Southern Belle. We always from Southern hospitality.
I tell you what you do. You go through the Man Cave show, and you set up some kind of arrangement for us to come down there, and we'd love to come down there and talk to them kids.
I would so appreciate it. Before I leave, Anthony, I do believe you play for the Atlanta Predators as well, right?
I'm sorry?
I did, yes, ma'am.
Okay, I have a really good friend. I don't know if you know him. His name is Moye. He used to play for the Orlando Predators, too, back in the day.
Okay.
Yes, well, I'm going to let y'all go so y'all can continue doing what y'all do. And once again, God bless. And
God bless you, too.
Happy Valentine's Day, and let's go Seattle Seahawks.
All right.
Watch out. All right, time for you to go now.
You're a big fan. I thought you were on band. Now you just told me a tale.
All right, well, God bless. Have a good evening.
You too, Miss Chantilly. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, yeah. It's wonderful to get fans of the Man Cave. Yeah. Guys, it's so awesome that you guys joined us tonight. Now, I want to, you went to Albany State and you're from Florida, and you played for the Ravens, the Jaguars, the 49ers, and then the SaberCats and Argonauts. Is that Arena League?
CFL team.
CFL?
I played for Arena 1 and the CFL.
Okay.
And I played in NFL Europe.
Okay.
The last 2 years before we cut it out. So I've been around the world as a young man. And, it's like you say, man above, and I always was thinking I wasn't going to be able to go across that water on a 15, 16-hour flight until I became a millionaire or something. I had a lot of money to pay for the ticket, coming from the little town where I'm from. But at the same time, I've been all over the world football. It's a blessing. Talking to different kids from Germany to Canada and Toronto and Edmonton. So it's a big blessing. So that's why even I tell the kids these days, like, listen, not just football. If you just want to get out the hood, get out the suburb, get out your mom and dad's house, get your grades, get your scholarship academically, being an actor, being a doctor, lawyer, being a police officer, whatever you want to be in life, just get it, go for it, and do it. Because from Atlanta, it's a different world. From Florida, it's a different world. When you get to the West Coast, it's totally different from Florida, Georgia. When you get across the border in Toronto, it's totally different. So that's why I try to tell kids. And I use the example, get out the black hole. Because if you don't never get out the black hole, you're going to be there forever. And in that black hole, the people you grew up with, they're going to be right there. They're going to be still there. If you go to Hawaii and come back,
still going to be there.
You go back in the black hole, go down 2 blocks, put your feet on that tree, 5 minutes. Junebug gonna be right there. What's up, Bob? You back in town? Yeah, just for a minute. I ain't gonna be here long. I can't see my mom and dad, and I'll holler at y'all when I holler at y'all. So that's what I try to tell the kids, man.
Wow. And with that, I got a story that I tell people that Buddy Ryan told me. One day I was at practice, and I crying my butt off. Crying. I know I was better than some of the starters. One in particular, Zeph Joyner. I knew I was better than Zeph. Knew I was, what I thought. I'm crying. I'm ready to fight. Like Walt said, you fighting for a job. So there's a lot of fights and a lot of attitudes in the NFL. A lot of them, right? Yeah. So I was crying, and I wanted to, because I wanted to start a position. No, I was better. I was faster, stronger. And Buddy Ryan pulled me to the side, and he said, Tony, listen. He said, if you're not a starter, support your starters. You know what I mean? But if you're on the sideline, keep your helmet in your hand, ready for your name and number to be called at any time. And I take that in life. You know what I mean? If I'm not a starter, I'm going to support my starter. If Walt's doing more than me or doing better than me, whatever Walt say, come on, Tony, let's do something, I'm going to support him because he's in the front. Right? And then there's going to be a point in time where Walt look back and say, look here, Tony, come on in. And I do that in life, you know what I mean? Even I tell kids in school, you know what I mean? If you're not academically smarter than the next person, that's all right. Don't beat yourself up. But always keep that helmet in your hand, though, because you never know when your name and number will be called in. And when you get in the game, man, show off. Yeah. Show off, you know what I mean? And that's what it's about. You know what I mean? Your turn. Because everybody got a story and everybody got a turn. It's what you do with it when it comes up to it. Because it's the fourth quarter, the fourth down, 4 yards to go, 4 seconds left in the game. What you gonna do? Because guys are already the quarterback. You know what I mean? He got the ball. You know what I mean? And so if he throw it to you, pitch it to you, you know what I mean? What you gonna do? And I had to go through. I'm 51 years of age, and I thank God. You know what I mean? I say that constantly, right? And consistently for the road he took me down. To be able to be over here and to be here at the man, this is a dream. You know what I mean? I wanted to coach kids. I'm a coach. I'm a football assistant, football coach. I coach the girls basketball team. I do my little community service work and stuff like that. I come to speaking events, stuff like that. I got friends. I got a network. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I thought I never. Life after football, I thought I'd never get it. So I do more now than I've done ever in my life, and I feel I'm more at peace now. You know what I mean? And I love it. I'm more at peace now. You know.
I know as he talking about this and what he's doing, I see the light in his eyes. He's really just lit up.
I'm older than you. 52, man.
Yeah, that's an old man, but he got bad knees.
52, you 52?
Man, yeah, man. I'm just 30.
See him keep rubbing his knees, man.
Hey, but listen, I agree with you about you happier now.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't understand, and we were talking about it. I don't even like watching football now.
Mm-hmm.
Because you sit in a room, and you look at the film, the same play 10 times, the next play 10 times, next play 10 times, over and over and over. So I can't even sit home and watch a full game.
Mm-hmm.
I might watch it, play here, go out the door, go play with the dogs, play here, push the little girl down, jump on her, play here, go call somebody, text somebody, but you can't do it. But now when you say happy, you're right, because you ain't getting up early in the morning, like, if they're going to cut me today, they're going to tell me to bring the playbook. You ain't sitting in that locker when you see, we call him the Grim Reaper walk by. Is he gonna pull me today? Then he pull your locker. Yeah, he pull your buddy like, man, my boy Tone gone.
Yeah.
Well, that's give me a chance.
Okay.
I can breathe.
Yeah.
But then you gotta practice harder. You gotta stay late. You gotta come earlier. You gotta be the first one in the weight room. You gotta be the first one in meetings. Get your seat because again, you get in the back. Coach ain't see you. So then you be like, man, I'm about to get ready to be booted out of here. Hey, son, coach want to see you. Bring your playbook.
You know what time it is?
You know what time it is?
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to pack my locker, throw all my little stuff in the garbage bag, throw it across my shoulder. Tone, I'll see you when I see you, baby.
Now, does that mean you might be traded,
No,
or
you
it
cut.
means you're cut?
Nah, you cut. Yeah. So, but it's a business. It's strictly a business. So that's why you see the Marshawn Lynch, what he does when he don't want to talk about that. He just want to go play football because he don't know what his day is. You see some of the guys, don't answer certain questions or don't want to talk to the media because right now the media ain't paying them. They want to get on the football field as much as they can.
All right. Now back to the question at hand. This is Super Bowl Eve, and we about getting ready to wrap up in the man cave. In both of you guys' brief, what you think the difference is going to separate, the two teams? Which team are you choosing? Or do you have a choice?
I don't have a choice.
Okay.
Like I said, I just watch a little bit of see is it a good game, but the older vets, Tom Brady, but that guy Russell, he's determined to make his name like a Tom Brady, a Peyton Manning. So he's determined.
He's got that determination.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You back a cat in the wall in the corner, it's gonna come out. So he's that guy. He's backed up in the corner. He want to prove that. Listen, I'm a high-powered caliber quarterback. I want to be a big name quarterback like the rest of them.
The word I get out of that is determination. Being determined to do what you want to do. What do you think? What's your thoughts real quick?
Well, Brady gonna win. All right. Reason why, and it goes on with life. Maturity. When you grow up, you put up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When you grow up, you maturity, and that's the New England has more mature players.
That's the experience.
They have more mature players.
Okay. So what
so
we're
maturity
talking about,
is going to show off.
we're talking about maturity versus determination. Interesting.
Well, it's the same thing, real quick, for our boxers. The same thing. They got to get a couple more fights before they can go fight a Pacquiao. You couldn't take one of the kids and throw him out there. Pacquiao run around circles around him.
That's the maturity.
That's the maturity and the experience. But determination is not. Like, he going to get up every time and, hey, look, you knock me down, but, hey, I'm going to fight till they stop the fight.
Okay. Real quick, guys, how can you be contacted in terms of your organization? Because you help kids. Is there a...
Well, I have my email is onetonybartlett@gmail.com. My number is 770-837-5080. Feel free to call. If I can't answer, just leave a message. I promise you I will get back to you.
He will call you back.
He will call you back. Yes, sir.
And Mr. Curry?
My email is curryjr.walter@yahoo.com. And same thing, my number is 386-299-8357. Still got a Florida number.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. And you guys are available to maybe go and speak and
Yeah,
we would love to do
mentor.
Yeah.
We love to do that.
Awesome.
I actually got a buddy of mine sitting back there that we're gonna talk to after the show. We were talking about earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, talking to him.
Great. And I want to thank Combo Nation Boxing Club being in the man cave tonight. Yeah, Combo Nation. They located out in Austell. We're going to have them on too. We're definitely going to bring Combo Nation in
Can
here.
I say one thing for
Yes,
you?
sir.
For the audience and for your next guest, make sure you get more than 6 chicken wings.
He didn't tell you about the 5 pieces that he ate before the chicken wings. Guys, thank you so much. This has been an honor and a pleasure to have you in the man cave. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Awesome. And thank you for all the fans out there that are following the man cave. We really appreciate your support. Oh, and thank you for Miss Chantilly. This is the 2nd week she called. Keep watching us. We appreciate you, Miss Chantilly. And thank you for all the guests that are here. Great show. Thank you, guys.
Miss Chantilly, I'll be looking at me.
Tell me that, don't you ever let go. There is one thing I know. I know he is. Real good. His plan.
Okay, now, excuse me, miss, but can I have a word with you? Please, sir, can I share a little bit with you? I know you praying for that miracle you've been believing, confessing it and blessing him every day, believing. Will he come through?